Someone who cares about you deeply has been told to leave, and if you believe in angels, this message is for you. The truth is about to be revealed, like rain falling from the sky, gentle but persistent, clear but overwhelming. You've been sitting quietly, wondering why someone who once adored you now seems distant, as if they forgot everything that connected you. But understand this, they didn't forget. They didn't walk away willingly. Someone close to you whispered in their heart, someone whose words hold power because of their relationship with you. That whisper became a command, and that command led to the separation. Now, your heart is full of questions you never should have to face alone. Someone who loved you more than words can say was told to leave. And it wasn't by a stranger. It was by someone close, someone you trust. A family member, who masked their advice as concern, but their reasons were not divine. The angel says, "This was not my plan. I allowed it to happen, so you could see the truth. Now, your eyes are opening, and your heart will understand who is truly for you and who is just nearby. The person who loved you didn't want to leave. In fact, walking away broke their heart. They cried in the silence, replaying your conversations as if they were sacred songs. They searched for you in dreams, and your voice echoed in their mind every morning. But someone who should have protected your happiness told them being with you would be too costly. They told them stories full of fear, convincing them you weren't ready or worthy. But God says, none of that was true. None of it came from me. The family member who opposed your connection did so out of control, pride, jealousy, or fear. God sees the heart. What was said behind closed doors is being exposed. The manipulation disguised as concern, the resistance disguised as protection, the choices made behind your back while you remained open and trusting, all of it is being brought to light. God says, I saw it all. I heard it all. And I won't remain silent anymore. You've cried, 𝚹𝚘𝚒𝚗𝚗𝚒, you've asked questions in the dark, staring at the ceiling as though it could answer you, wondering what you did wrong. But God says, you did nothing wrong. Love was blossoming, and the ground was fertile. But someone came along and tried to pull it out before it could grow. Even though it seems like the flower was torn from the earth, its roots are still alive. I will water it again. I will make it grow again. The person who loves you still does. 𝚹𝚘𝚒𝚗𝚒𝚗𝚗𝚎. They're stuck, caught between obedience and longing, confused, praying quietly, hoping for a sign. And this is it, this message is your sign. It's a wake-up call for their heart, shaking them awake, guiding them back into alignment with God's will. Your love story isn't over. It was paused, not finished. Interrupted, not destroyed. And what God has joined together, no one can separate. Angel says, you will be surprised. The same person who left with a heavy heart will return, but not empty-handed. They'll return with clarity, courage, and truth. They will tell you what they should have said from the beginning, that they never wanted to leave, but they were convinced it was best. They were pulled away, not because of their lack of love, but because of someone close to you. A shift is coming, and it starts with you. Your spirit is awakening, and your discernment is growing. Soon, you'll see who truly cares for you and who was only pretending. Although this revelation will hurt, God says it will also heal. Because God can't bless who you pretend to be with. He can't elevate you when you're surrounded by those who fear your success. Angel says, the one who truly loves you is still connected to your soul. Their thoughts of you hide in quiet moments. They hear your name in unexpected places. They feel the void when your laughter is missing. But they are scared not of you, but of the voices that told them to walk away. But I am taking away that fear. I am replacing their confusion with truth. I am stirring them to remember what is real and divine. You've waited patiently, even when your heart grew tired. You've smiled through the pain, held your peace when you wanted to scream, and trusted God even when the silence seemed endless. Now, God says, now is the time for revelation. What was hidden will be exposed. What was lost will be returned. What was broken will be restored, not because you begged for it, but because I promised, and I am not a man who should lie. Someone close to you tried to interfere with the most beautiful part of your story, but they don't have the final say. God does, and He has written joy into your future. He has written love into your next chapter. Surprises are coming not because you're perfect, but because you belong to Him. God saw how you stayed faithful when others doubted. He saw how you prayed for them, even when they were pulled away. The one who loves you still thinks of you, even in the quiet moments of the night. They remember the calm your presence brought, the hope you gave them. And they remember leaving, and the pain that followed. They aren't as far away as it seems. Their heart is still near. Angel says, I'm working behind the scenes to bring them back in the right way, at the right time, with the right heart. And to the one who interfered, God is handling that situation. You don't need to confront it. God says, I'm bringing everything into the light. The truth will shine bright, and no one will be able to deny it. The masks are coming off, and the real intentions will be revealed. Your heart, which has carried so much confusion, will finally rest. This isn't just about restoring a relationship. It's about restoring trust, peace, and divine alignment. You've felt out of place, like nothing fits, but that fog is lifting. Your spirit is being refreshed, and soon, you'll experience a joy so pure that you'll weep from happiness. Angel says, I'm orchestrating something beyond what you can see. It may feel like silence, but it's actually strategy. It may feel like distance, but it's development. I've been working on both of you, and soon your paths will align again, without interference, confusion, or fear. You'll realize that love never left. It just needed to be purified by truth. This message isn't just information, it's confirmation. You felt something was wrong. You felt the shift in their energy and words. Now you know why. Prepare for the return and for an unexpected surprise that will bring grace and joy. Are you ready for the next part? Angel says, this message is for you. You need to listen with your spirit and your heart, because what has been hidden for too long is about to be revealed. There are things you haven't seen behind the scenes, but I have. Words were spoken about you in secret, tears were shed, and love tried to reach you, but was stopped by someone you trusted. Someone who loves you deeply, someone whose heart was aligned with yours, was told to leave, and not by a stranger, but by someone you call family, someone you trust. This message isn't to bring fear, but clarity. God isn't trying to divide you but to reveal the truth so healing can begin. You've wondered why someone who once loved you so deeply suddenly went silent. Why they pulled away when they seemed so close. It wasn't because they stopped loving you, it was because something else came between you. You questioned yourself, wondering what went wrong, asking, God, why did they leave me? God heard your cries. He saw your tears. And now God reveals the truth. They were told to leave by someone you trusted, someone close to you, someone who wore the title of family but whose heart wasn't aligned with God's plan. It wasn't out of hate or malice, it was out of fear, pride, and a desire to control something that wasn't theirs to control. They whispered doubts, planted questions, and covered love with confusion and guilt. They made the person think leaving was the right choice. They convinced them that you were a distraction, a mistake, or a detour. But God says, love is never a mistake when it's born of the Spirit. True love doesn't fade with time or distance. It remains, even in silence. The love they had for you was real, and it still is. But the enemy used someone close to you to break apart what God brought together. The one who spoke against you didn't know the full picture. They acted from a place of fear, believing they were protecting you or themselves. But they interfered with something sacred. Both of you are hurt by the separation, the empty space where love once bloomed. But this message is to remind you, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't because you weren't enough. It was because someone feared what they couldn't control. They saw your light, and it threatened them. They didn't consult God before they spoke. They didn't pray for His guidance. And now, silence has replaced their words. Absence has replaced presence. But God says, I am not done with your story. I am a God of restoration. I will bring back what was lost. I will heal what was broken. If the one who left still carries love for you in their heart, if they still pray for you in silence, God will speak to them. He will remove the lies, silence the voices that led them away, and bring them back to you. But first, God says, you must heal from the betrayal. You must release the one who was used to separate you. Forgive them not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Forgive them so that bitterness doesn't take root. Forgive them so your heart remains pure and open for restoration. God says, I have never abandoned you. I've always been working behind the scenes. Even now, I am aligning hearts, opening eyes, and preparing the moment of return. Love that is ordained by God cannot be broken by man's whispers. Love that He plants cannot be uprooted by fear or pride. It waits, prays, and endures. When the time is right, it returns. God says, don't give up. You are loved. You are not abandoned. There is someone who loves you deeply, and though they were told to leave, their spirit has never left you. Even if they don't return, God says, I haven't run out of love for you. I still have people for you. I still have plans to prosper you. Keep trusting me. Let me restore what was broken and write your story with love that can't be silenced or stolen. This message is for you. Read it again if you need to. Let it sink into your spirit. You are loved. You are cherished. You are chosen. You are stepping fully into the power I've placed within you. Divine messages. Consider contributing through a super thanks. Whether it's $10, $20, $50 or more, your generosity helps us share these angelic messages with the world. Together, we can build a community of faith, hope, and love.